So how do you buy products and services? Well, let's think about buying in a supermarket, for example. Well, when I buy washing powder, I always buy the same washing powder. I buy the same brand, I buy the same product in the same form every single time. I've had very good experience with the product. I feel that it's good quality and it's good value for money. And I look for this brand when I go into the supermarket. Now, other things that I buy, I might buy them much more on impulse. For example, if I'm in the supermarket and I'm looking at the sweets and the chocolates, I might see a chocolate brand that I've never seen before and it gets my attention. Maybe the ingredients are very interesting, or maybe it's a combination with that with a new kind of packaging and new colours in the packaging. And I think, okay, it's a good price, it looks interesting, and on impulse, I buy that product. And very often when we buy products as well, we go through some kind of procedure. Now let's take an example product. So for example, I've got a very high-tech product, and this is a fictitious product. But let's say, for example, I've got this new super duper hard drive product. Now, buying this product is probably not something I would be loyal to, because it's not something that I buy time and time and time and time again, or it's not something that I would buy on impulse. So let's go through the kind of procedure that I might face in buying such a product. Well, I might see, for example, I might put on the television one morning and there's some kind of tech program on, and they're looking at this new kind of hard drive, and it's got new functions and it's a new kind of brand and it's a product that I haven't seen before, and they go through the features and the benefits of the brand. Now at this time I might not be thinking about particularly about buying a new hard drive, but I begin to become aware of the product. I become aware of the features and of the brand that is being talked about. And then a couple of days later I'm working on my computer, and I'm working with my hard drive, and it's full and it's not really doing what I want to do. And I suddenly remember, because I'm aware of, I begin to think about this hard drive that's being talked about on television. And then I begin to generate some kind of interest. And one of the things, because I'm already on my computer, is I might go online and have a look at the website for the company, and begin to see if the product is credible or not, look at the descriptions for the product, what the features and the benefits of the product are, what it does that other products don't do. Maybe I would ask the company for more information. And I would also have a look at the branding and the way that the website is presented. And then maybe some time goes on and the product keeps coming back and back into my brain. It's in my sphere of awareness and of interest. And then I think, well, I wonder what other people think about this product. And I can find out what other people think about the product. I can look at blogs online, or I can look at online reviews of the product. And I might want to look as well at what other companies are producing in the way of hard drives, and to think about whether there's any competition for this hard drive. And I might think about, well, actually this hard drive is really interesting, but it's a little bit expensive and I'm not sure I want to buy this immediately at this moment. And then a few days later, I get an email from the company, because I've contacted the company when my interest was being generated in the product, to ask them for some information. And in the email, they send me a discount code, and they say, if you buy online in the next 7 days, then you can have a 15% discount for the product. And then I think, okay, 15%, that's a really good offer. I'm really interested in this hard drive. I think it does things that other products don't do, and I'm going to buy it. And then I have the intention to buy the product. And then I go online and I go to an online store and I buy the product. Now, this is the kind of funnel that customers can go through. It's like an upside down pyramid. This is the kind of funnel that customers can go through when they buy a product or a service. It's the same, for example, if I were to buy a holiday. Maybe I'm not really interested in buying, well, I'm not really thinking about going on a holiday, and then I hear about in maybe I read a blog or something, and I hear about this new company that's running really interesting adventure tours that have never been done before. And then I become aware of it. I get interest. I begin to look at the website for the company. I get their brochure from a bricks and mortar store. Then I look at what other people have said about going on these kind of holidays. Then I see on the website that if you book the holiday in the next 2 weeks, that you will have a free upgrade in the flight that is offered with the holiday. And then I get the intention to buy the holiday, and then I buy it. It's the same kind of funnel. And it's going from, this is sometimes called the sales funnel. It's going from awareness to interest to evaluation to intent to the purchase. And it's a funnel because the numbers involved are getting smaller. So when we go back to the hard drive, maybe 1 million people see the original TV program, and by the time it comes down to buying the product, maybe there's 10,000 people who buy the product. Now, sales don't only exist in isolation. Clearly, with this sales funnel as well, there's a lot of marketing involved, and there is definitely marketing going on to build up product awareness and brand awareness. Things like advertising, maybe to get this program on the TV, the company decides to launch a campaign with a PR agency in order to get people interested in and talking about this product. Marketing will be involved in online content, online marketing, the way that the website looks, the branding for the products. Maybe in some ways also to do with product development. They'll be involved in the design of the products and the branding that is given with the products. And once products are sold, marketing will also be involved as well. What you want to do once you've got customers is to keep them and to get them making some kind of repeat purchases. And one thing that companies want people to do is to tell people about the product. And this is called brand advocacy or word of mouth marketing. So if I get this hard drive and I think it's a really super duper product and it's been really good value for money and I'm really, really pleased with the product, well, I might tell 3 other people about the product, and those 3 people might tell another 9 people who tell another 18, and so on and so on. Another thing that can happen with marketing and selling as well is also there can be 2 things called upselling and cross-selling. So upselling is maybe, first of all, I go on the website and I'm interested in the cheapest version of this hard drive, and then when I get this 15% discount, then I'm persuaded to buy a much better version of the hard drive, a more expensive version of the hard drive. And this is upselling. I also might be persuaded to buy some accessories for this, some kind of connectors or other kinds of devices that I used with this hard drive or had this kind of branding. And this will be cross-selling. So this is the sales funnel: awareness, interest, evaluation, intent and purchase. You can bring this in answering questions about product development, sales or marketing, or about business in general. So thank you very much for listening to this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.